It's Debatable with Mark Gray here on MLBBro.com.
Let's roll to the baseball talent thing. Do you think April signaled a resurgence amongst the black baseball player in Major League Baseball? I'm looking around. I saw some phenomenal, extraordinary things that were done by black American players. So, Jones, you've been watching the game a little bit less than we have, and as a part of the generation that really didn't see the guys that we speak, like the Dave Parkers, the Willie Stargells, even Barry Bonds. So to you, is this one of them crossover seminal moments right now as far as black talent is concerned in the game?
In the game and outside of the game. Before I even touch on in the game, I gotta start off with, it's definitely a resurgence because MLB Bro launched on April 1st. So with that being said, it's gonna be a resurgence because we're gonna bring that flavor to the game. Now, as far as inside the game goes, we got a lot of great young talent from Akil Baddoo, Cedric Mullins, Buxton. He's must-watch TV, especially as a center fielder. I appreciate the guys like Torrey Hunter, the guys that display the level of athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, baseball is a sport. And when we watch sports, we appreciate seeing guys who do things that we can't per se do. So as far as a talent standpoint, we definitely making a resurgence, and definitely outside of the field on MLB Bro as well, because we got a lot of talent inside there with you, yourself, Rob, a lot of guys, Brandon, Malik, Grubb, J.R. Ryder, the Gambler. We doing our thing.
Well, I would agree, but Scoop, I'm anxious to get your thoughts.
Go ahead.
After you. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, no, you're right. You see what Mullins did to come out. You see what you see what on your hat, you see what Tim Anderson's doing. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're looking at players across the board, and you're looking at non-American black players that are being accepted into our black American culture that we want to call our own because we can identify with them. So you're looking at the Lindors and the Tatianas, Tatises, you're looking at, somebody I'm probably gonna miss a later. You're looking at what Vlad Jr.'s doing. All that goes into what we embrace as black baseball. So you're looking at all the players we just mentioned, how they started off and what they did in the month of April. Yeah, you're starting to see a shift in the balance of what is considered the white superstar, and all of a sudden you're seeing this raise of black basketball players, black baseball players that are directly closing that quote unquote gap, that seems to have been in existence for the last 15, 20 years.
Scoop, let me ask you this. Who do you think had the best breakout moment in April?
I just mentioned him, Vlad Jr. Vlad, he'd been playing well. He was batting around 330, slugging percentage, I think was in the 6s. And then the other night, he just went ridiculous. Where he had, 3 home runs, 7 runs batted in. His batting average jumped from 338 to 360 in one game.
That's kind of ridiculous.
Right, that's crazy. And the spotlight was already on him, and we're always focusing, like I said, we're focusing on Mookie, and we're looking at Fernando, and we're looking at, Lindor back on the field playing in New York now, leaving Cleveland, so the spotlight's on him. Quiet as kept, Vlad came out in the month and like, yo, don't forget about me. So to me, he's the one of all the players that we mentioned that had to break out April.
All right, Jones, who broke out to you?
I definitely got to go with Akil Baddoo. His first pitch in his first at bat, he hit a home run. I can't think of a better way to introduce yourself to the league than that. And I think he has 14 hits on the season as of right now. 7 of those hits, either a home run or a triple. That's electrifying. When we watch baseball, we want to see the electrifying aspects, especially as a Detroit Tiger. If you're a Detroit Tiger fan, you want to see something entertaining when you turn on the Tigers. pretty much with him, you guaranteed for entertainment.
I'm gonna roll, my friends, with Cedric Mullins. In one game last week, Cedric Mullins outscored the Yankees' vaunted lineup by himself. That's not supposed to happen in a Baltimore Orioles lineup where he is being protected by Austin Hayes, Ryan Mountcastle, and Freddie Galvis when he's not on the injured list. So to me, what a guy who was projected to be a table setting, station to station type of player who was being lauded for learning to bunt, which got him to Major League Baseball, to come out and lead his team in hitting and have a big night like that, played a huge role. I mean, he's the reason that they were certainly relevant for the first 25, 30 games of the season. I don't know if it's going to be sustainable, but to me, that was the breakout performance of the game last month. All right, let's head to the.
Wait, let me add a caveat since y'all going on one game stuff. I will mention this: that Vlad Jr. not only had a grand slam at one of those 3 homers, but it was against Max Scherzer.
Well, true that. Okay,
you hit the grand slams, and he hit 2 home runs off of Max. 2.
But
he's definitely doing this thing. He's definitely doing this thing.
He is.
Hey, I'm just saying, y'all mentioned one game. What's up on my man dropped 3, but
those were the breakout moments, that one game thing. All right. I get where you're coming from.
Y'all calling out one game. I'm gonna call out my man who he did it against. Now, none of y'all can say that. None of y'all can say y'all guy did it against Max.
But we also can't say it was the whole body of work too. And these guys are having phenomenal months, but inside those phenomenal months are tremendous days that you have. And I think all the people that we had mentioned of, I mean, Akil Baddoo was just the easiest one when you take your first pitch and you just go yard. I mean, that's almost mythic.
But again, 2 home runs, 1 a grand slam.
Yeah.
Against Max Scherzer. Come on, man. Come on.
Boy, this would be a great debate. Next month, we're going to roll with the survey. So we're going to get the people to chime in and see who know what they're talking about as we move this thing along.
All right. The Steve Harvey survey says thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. But, I'm going to leave that one alone.
MLBBro.com, covering black and brown major leaguers.